Hey guys, we're back with chapter 2 and 3 of Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. And today we're going to be talking about more of this guy's journey. And in the last episode of this series, we talked about how it imprinted in his brain the ability to manifest. How nobody in his world besides his sister at one point said, hey, like this isn't real. This is luck. This is like just providence. This is coincidence. This is not something that you can actually control. And so the next two chapters are really dedicated to sharing more of that journey of exploring, even apparitions, mind reading, and just this sort of supernatural events that are happening around him. And there isn't really one paragraph that I want to share with you guys. Man, I want to share the whole book with you guys. Fucking buy it, okay? The link is in the description, okay? I know I got it from the library, but that's because I read so many books and I just have nowhere to store that shit here in my house. So really, there are many instances here, but really what struck me in the next two chapters were the fact that the adults in his life were just so willing to accept the explanations that were given by the gurus. Me, as a reader, as somebody from the United States, Latina, who, I come from a religious background and I'm reading all of this, like my brain is trying to find the explanation. My brain is trying to rationalize, how is it that this is actually happening? How is it that this is actually, like, maybe he had a twin, maybe, he could just read his body language. Like, that's normal, right? So all of these things that are happening to me, like my brain wants to find something logical. Now, if you listen to my podcast, if you read my book, supernatural things have happened to me in my life that I should not be dismissing them. But I'm in a world of the 3D. I'm in a world where I need physical evidence that things are happening. I need to see, to mathematically and logically put into a box and say, yes, this is why this is happening, and not just, it's God. And for me, just even recognizing that even within myself, even as far as I've come in my manifesting and my spiritual journey, that I still rail against these extra super, fantastical stories that I believe. Like, I don't know if it's true, I wasn't there. Part of me wants to believe. A part of me is like, yes, this could have happened. This, like my spiritual side, yes, this is very possible. This is very real. But then on the other side of things, it's like my logical brain wants to take over and says, no, there has to be a fucking reason for this. And so these two parts of me are like warring inside of me. And a part of me is actually kind of jealous that there was no doubt in this kid's mind. There was just zero doubt. There was just zero resistance to the supernatural explanation, that it was God, that it was the Father Divine, that it was something bigger than him. Now, I look at my life and I do realize and recognize that my life has been touched by something bigger. Let's just take, for instance, the fact that, I should be dead. With all the crazy stuff that I pulled in my 20s and my early 30s, when, I was in the deepest recesses of my alcoholism, I should be dead. Okay? Like, there is no way that right now I should be alive. With the crazy situations I found myself in, I know something was protecting me. Now, say what you will, say what it'd be like, oh, and like you're exaggerating it, or, it probably wasn't that bad, or whatever it was. I know deep within me that something was there. But yet, I read other people's accounts and other people's fantastical journey, and I feel just like you do when I tell you that I should be dead. Is no, he's probably exaggerating. He's probably, it's very hard for me to just grasp onto it for other people. For myself, I see it. For myself, I see the synchronicities and I see the way that like I lean into, surrender to a greater purpose and a higher purpose, and everything just works out. But for other people, no, it can't be true for you. Like, I'm the only person who is experiencing this, which is fucking crazy. But, for me, that was what I got from the 2 chapters. It wasn't necessarily the content, because the content itself is like, okay, at this point, I can see why this little boy was just pipelined into being a yogi. Just 100%, like, I see the trajectory of his life. Because, obviously you're writing a book, hindsight, right? But when it comes to, like, actually feeling the truth of it, I'm just not there. I'm just not there. And that to me is like, oh, maybe that's one of the blockages in my own life. Maybe that's a reason why I can't do the things so supernaturally, is because I still have that block where I thought, oh, I'm so enlightened, oh, I'm so, surrendered to the higher powers that be. And then all of a sudden I'm like, no, this is too crazy. This is not real. But okay, let's for 1 second say that it is real. Let's for 1 second say that, he was able to talk to the higher being. Let's say that he was able to see these things and witness these things happening, and, with his guru being directly connected to God as easily as he was, and was able to astral project a version of himself to somebody. Like, let's for 1 second say that it's real. What the fuck am I doing with my life? The fact that there's like any part of me that is like, oh, I need to make money. Why? The fact that like, oh, I am happily married. Okay, but why? Like, it just leads to such a big question of questioning everything about my reality. Like, why did I create this apartment? Why did I create this blazer? Why did I create this YouTube channel? Why did I create my child? Why did I create a family? Why? And so you have all these questions why that will probably not be answered in a way that you believe, in a way that is going to come to you, and you're going to be like, oh, yes, 100%. And I say this because if there is some divine entity, and I fully believe that there is, I should say that I believe that I have the capability of fully believing, but if that's true, if this is true, if this is real, what else can we do? Why am I trying to manifest money? Why am I trying to manifest, what is the purpose of me trying to direct the manifestations? I should just let God do what God's gonna do, because it's God. God knows better than I do at any point in time. So what's the point of me even trying to direct it? And that's like a deep fucking question that I probably could not answer in a 10-minute YouTube video. But I will say that this has opened my eyes to some blockages that I've had. And we're not even halfway through the book, y'all. This book is thick. This is a thick boy, okay? So buy it. The link is in the description. I'm also putting a link to my book, which is techniques on how to journal. And journaling has been a huge part of uncovering these blockages that I've had. Even doing the YouTube and my podcast have been essential for me to just be able to talk this shit out. Also prayer and meditation. And so if you guys want, all those links are gonna be in the description for here. And really support the book. You guys want to see somebody who's lived a fantastical life? This is such a great book. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.